What's up, you guys? It's the SK92 here, bringing you pretty much a tip video on getting into YouTube gaming or streaming, for that matter. Any of these techniques would work if you have a current gen system. By current gen, I mean Xbox One or PS4 and or PCs or a Mac. Now, all of these, like most of them, I'm going to show you at first are going to be free. And again, I don't currently have a PS4, so I don't know how much of it is correct. So you guys can correct me on it in the comments down below. It would be greatly appreciated for both me and anyone who watches this video. Now, in my experience from when I first started doing YouTube and stuff, I've been doing YouTube for a little over a year now. That the best stuff is free stuff. So you want to get as much free stuff for starting your YouTube channel as possible. Now we'll start off with PC because pretty much everyone has a PC, and if you have a decent enough PC, it'll work for you. And this goes for Mac too. There's base programs you can get that are free. So for iMac, your stuff comes with iMovie. iMovie will work just fine until you get a good enough program. And actually, yeah, I'll start off with I'm starting off with the free ones. And for Windows, there's Movie Maker. It's free. You just have to download it from off the Windows site. And I'm recording this separate from any gameplay or anything, so I have no idea what I'm putting in the video yet. So yeah, there is Windows Movie Maker. That's a pretty decent thing. I used it for quite some time now. I've been using it up until like a month ago. So again, I didn't know how affordable I didn't know how affordable everything was until recently, until I had the money to afford it. So yeah, Windows Movie Maker works just fine for your basic stuff. You can put your intro in there, you can put your footage in there, and just like same thing for iMovie. If you know how to use iMovie, you're pretty much good. Then now we're gonna move to the consoles. If you want to do like I said, next gen recording stuff for free, Xbox does come with a record that thing. Records up to 5 minutes. Not sure how long your gameplay wants to be, but for if you're doing short stuff, I could do with the standard Xbox record stuff. But however, I don't know. I don't have a PS4, so I'm not 100% sure how true this is. So if anyone does have PS4, please comment down below what if this is true or not. I'm pretty sure the PS4 does also have a recording feature. Maybe. I know it has a screenshot feature, but I don't know all the specs of it. But I think it does. So, and also another way, if you want to do longer videos, this is what actually I did when I first started recording my Xbox One gameplay. I use Twitch. Twitch is a streaming website for you to stream video games. Now, don't worry about if you're not like a streamer or anything. You're doing this solely to get your gameplay for YouTube, but also again, this is also for if you want to stream. This is also another free software you can use for just getting the actual footage. And another thing you can use for your footage, which if you do go for the pricier methods, like the actual stuff that costs money to stream your Xbox stuff or record your Xbox stuff or your PS4 stuff, and any other thing, I will go over that in a minute. For PC gaming, to record is actually really simple. You only need one program, and it's called OBS, Open Broadcast Software. This is a really good software for recording stuff on PC. I still use it. I use it over my actual PVR, which is what I use. I use my I use my AverMedia for it. Just to record my PC stuff because it's a lot easier. I don't have to re-hook up my stuff to my PC, because when you do, there's a different plugin for your PC than it is your console. So yeah, OBS is a great thing for your PC. Just make sure you go over the settings, and there's some videos out there to fix your stuff if something is actually wrong with it, so it can fit to your screen. Because when I originally started using it, it didn't fill up the screen all the way. So yeah, there's things out there to help you with that once you get that started. So yeah, now after that, we're gonna go on to audio. Now for those who are wondering, I use an AT2020 Plus Audio Technica mic. This mic was expensive, but I it was originally, when I bought it, it was worth like 220, but I only bought it for half that. And right now, as of like a few days ago on Amazon, there was it was on sale for like $129 for the same exact mic, and you really can't beat that price for a decent. It's a pretty good mic. I like it. I've had no problems with my mic whatsoever. But however, if you want to start on like just a cheaper end, I would go get some like a USB plug-in mic, or like, I wouldn't recommend using your actual mic from like your computer or your laptop or something like that. They're not really all that great, and they're not for, I mean, they'll pick up so much extra audio from your background, and that kind of, you want to, even though you're just starting, you do want to have like as good as audio quality as possible. So if you have like a gaming headset of any kind that has a mic attached and can plug into your computer, that's great. That'll work fine for the time being. Now if you want to go starting on the pricier methods of it, there's Blue Snowballs, Blue Yetis. Again, like the one I'm talking about, there's Audio Technicas. Basically, there's a lot of choices you have for mics. There is also some good stuff for software that to get. Like currently, I just recently got this software for Sony Vegas. Is Sony Vegas Movie Studio HD Platinum. It costs like 40 bucks on Amazon right now. I'm pretty sure it's still that price. So if you guys want to get that, it's a pretty good software. It resembles a lot of just like the plain Sony Vegas, but Sony Vegas is like really expensive. But yeah, this one is really cheap. If you guys want to do some audio, not audio, well, yes, video editing period, you can add music to your stuff. There's like several different tracks on your stuff for you to do it, and I can't really think of any other like well, there's Sony Vegas, and there's also, I almost forgot about it, but however, if you're like a college student and you have the Adobe Cloud, there is what is it, Adobe Premiere, or yeah, Premiere. Yeah, Premiere is also a video editing software. I personally, I don't use it, mainly because I am a student and I do have it. I just don't have it downloaded on my computer. And if you're a student, it costs like $20 a month. Like, yeah, $20 a month for a year thing, or you can pay the year in full. So yeah, that's another pretty cheap method. But again, 3 months of that is enough to have bought the Vegas Movie Studio thing. That's another reason why I don't use it, because I don't want to pay monthly to use editing software I would use every day, or at least enough for me to be paying a ton for a certain amount of time. So yeah, also for game PVR, there's several different ones. There is the Pog, there is the Elgato, and there's AverMedia. And I mean, there's really lots and lots of them, but those are the ones I'm most familiar with. Pogs works fine. I've never used one. A friend of mine has, and he said he never had a problem with it. But I think those are more so geared towards, from what I've seen, is geared towards last gen gaming, because I don't know how many of them have HDMI ports. And if you were trying to record Xbox One gameplay, it does not. If you don't have HDMI thing, it does not work whatsoever. So yeah, there's also, what is it, Roxio. I had a Roxio, the first one. I don't know if it was my computer or the software itself, that it kind of messed up my it was messing up my audio and video, and I have no idea. Again, I don't know if it was my old computer, because my laptop was like 4 or 5 years old at that point, so I don't know if it was that or my actual computer, or if it was software. But the one that I had was actually the cheapest one, which is like 50 bucks, and the other one I don't know if it's still 100 bucks. It was 100 bucks from last I checked, and it actually allowed you to use HDMI, and it allowed you to stream through that software. Again, in my experience, I don't like Roxio, but if you want to go as pretty much as cheap as possible, Roxio's the way to go. Or there's some good AverMedia stuff on eBay for around 100 around the same price, 100 bucks. If you want to get the one I have, which is the what is it, the Gamer Light Pro? Sorry, I just bumped my mic. It's the Live Gamer Portable. It was 100 and like I want to say in like between 130 and 170. It's a nice chunk of change. It was actually, I bought mine for like 130. Yeah, it was 130. Yeah. And also around that price point is the Elgato HD. There's also a Elgato 60 FPS. Now I will tell you something about my thing that pros and cons of it. It's the pro about my having the Live Gamer Portable is you don't always need a computer to record your gameplay. Now for the AverMedia Gamer Portable, you can actually use an HDMI cord, which is a great feature that you don't always have to use the HDMI cord, and it's pretty simple to plug in. You can actually record your game play from off of your computer and pretty much any game console. And the other best perk about it, you can use an SD card to record your stuff. So what I meant by you don't always need your computer, that's what I meant. If you have an SD card that's large enough, you can record all your stuff on an SD card. Say if you have I had an 8 GB thing, and it pretty much got me through all of my last parts of Watch Dogs that I didn't stream. It's a really great piece of hardware. I've enjoyed having it. I've had this for, oh man, I've had this since like August, September, and again, I have no complaints. The only actual complaint I do have, which is the con about this thing, it doesn't do 60 FPS ever. Their software hasn't gotten to that part yet where it does 60 FPS. I've looked at all their other stuff. I don't think it does. But the AverMedia stuff, it does. You can set your console to do 60 FPS, 1080p 60 FPS, but it can input it, but it won't output it. It outputs at the most at 1080p. It outputs 30 FPS. I mean, yeah, 30 frames per second. But at 720p, it does 60 FPS. So if you guys want to go down to 720. Yeah, 720. It does 60 FPS on 720, but not on 1080. So yeah, sorry about that. That's not what they have. But however, Elgato, the Elgato HD60, I believe it's called, does. Elgato, it costs more. Everybody pretty much prefers to use Elgato, unless you're a streamer. A lot of streamers I've seen and talked to use AverMedia product for it. They tend to say that Elgato sucks for streaming purposes, but for gameplay recording, you should be fine. The perks of these softwares are you can find YouTube videos of them. This is really just how to start YouTube, and I've spent quite a bit of time on it. But yeah, we've went over the mics, we went over the recording stuff. Now, basically, just left is content. You need to decide what kind of YouTube channel you're going to be. Are you going to be a Let's Player or a walkthrough person, which are pretty much the same thing? Or are you going to be like a Call of Duty competitive type player? Or are you going to be just one of those people that, ooh, I did something really cool in the game? Or are you going to show people tips and tricks? Or are you going to be some kind of specifically focused thing? Like for me, my channel, I play all types of games. I play RPGs, I play Call of Duty, I play Battlefield, I play tons of games on my channel. I play PC games, I play League of Legends, I play Smite, I played tons and tons of games. But that's kind of what my channel is. While the main part of it is walkthroughs and Let's Plays, that's what my channel is pretty much based around. I do like to, since again, I've done Let's Plays and stuff, I haven't focused solely on one area, which will limit you as a YouTuber. Like people like T Martin and Drifter, they do Call of Duty, so when they don't do Call of Duty, it seems weird for their fans might not like that. And so yeah, that's where you really need to decide what kind of videos you're gonna post, and like, are you gonna do solely montages, you're gonna do solely RPGs, or like campaign involved stuff. Which again, if you do like specific games, it can limit you to your capabilities. Like again, for T Martin, for him, he only does Call of Duty on his main channel, but he had to start a second channel so he can really play whatever he wants. So again, when you do let's plays and walkthroughs, it allows you to do so much more than just one specific type of gaming genre. So that's another thing to think about when you're playing anything or setting up your videos, and also when you're streaming. So yeah, for me, I haven't been streaming a lot recently, mainly because school, which brings me to another important thing, is consistency and how often you're going to upload. For me, again, recently, because of school, it's been throwing my schedule off. I usually try to upload at least 3 times a week, bare minimum. If I don't get 3, I want to get at least 1. So so when I said at least 3, I mean the most I try to do is as many as I possibly can, but I try not to go over 3 too often. But 1 to 3 a week, that's usually what I try to do. Like this week I've done like 15-16 videos this week, but well, actually this will probably be my 17th. But yeah, there's certain things you need to set a consistent schedule, or at the least tell people like I'm gonna be uploading, and when like specific times you want to upload. Like for me, on my about section, if you go check, it says I upload 3 times a week, usually between the hours of like noon and 5, noon and 6, or something like that. You want to have at least some type of schedule for your subscribers to know when to check back, when to see if your stuff is there. And again, also you want to connect your Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter account, you want to get one. So, and then set your account to tweet out your uploads whenever they happen. That's a really good way to get your stuff out there for people to know you uploaded stuff. Also, it'll do it when you like videos. So if you want people to know like what kind of content you're interested in, that'll also show up. Like for my Twitter, I don't really tweet a ton other than for like when I go live, or when I upload video, or when I like videos. It's pretty much the only time I'm really on Twitter, and to really check out other content creators. So yeah, for Twitch, you can ask any Twitch streamer. Consistency is key. Like I was saying, consistency is very key. I had to go do something, so I had to stop recording for a minute. For streaming is a thing that you can't just start and stop. Like, I am ashamed to say I have done that because of school, and I don't really have time to stream as much as I would like to. But yeah, streaming, you want to set a schedule, and you want to stick to that schedule. If not, you want to be able to have a Twitter so that your followers know that you're not going to be streaming now. You might stream a little bit later, but you want to do, if you're trying to be a full-time streamer, again, this is what I've heard from other full-time streamers, is you want to do at least 3 to 4 days a week. And if it's like full-time streamer and you're getting paid for it 3 to 4 times a week. If you're not a full-time streamer, this is from my perspective, again, make sure it's fun for you, and you don't have to stream like for 8 hours and 9 hours at a time, because that's what full-time streamers will recommend, and it sounds very ignorant for them to recommend that. And I'm not saying that they're ignorant, but for somebody who's just starting streaming, it's a very ignorant assumption to assume that this is something that somebody would take as a job and they're just starting. Like it seems like they forgot that when they started, they didn't do streams that long, or when they started, they were already full-fledged YouTubers who did stuff, who was used to doing things for X amount of minutes. So for my recommendation to you, if you do stream 3 to 4 times, or even 5 times a week, or every day, I wouldn't start off by doing 8-hour streams, because again, it's not a job yet. You don't get paid for it. So I would take it slow at first when you're getting into it. Maybe average 3 to 4 hour streams from the start. Then once you start getting your following up, stream longer and longer, until again, hopefully you become a successful streamer and you can do your 8-hour streams, your 12-hour streams, your 24-hour streams. For like, people do that for charity sometimes. So again, for streaming, like I said, consistency is best. And so the same thing for YouTube, consistency is best. And again, I told you, for YouTube, depending on what kind of videos you make, if you make like mods of the week or video montages of the week, fails of the week, again, those are weekly things that you do once a week. So you want to be able to put more time into it. But for let's plays and walkthroughs, well, some people do 15 minutes so they can have, they want quantity over quality. And also it's a shorter upload time, which also, I mean, not to say that you can't make a short video have a lot of quality, but for like my videos, I do anywhere from 25 minutes to 35 minutes for a let's play or walkthrough, and that's actually kind of short for that. Let's plays and walkthroughs usually average about like 45 minutes a piece. So yeah, and again, average, I'm usually somewhere in the 25-30 minute mark, not usually 35 unless it's the end of a series. I usually don't stretch a video that long unless it's at the end of the series. And you want to try to do that, try to upload as much as possible. Like I said, sometimes life happens and people can understand that life happens. That if you have school, that you can't dedicate 100% of your time to YouTube or to streaming. And also, what I did forget to mention, that YouTube also has a streaming website. I mean, not a website, but a streaming thing for anyone who wants to stream. So if you want another thing outside of Twitch, you can do YouTube. But YouTube is harder to stream to, in my experience. Like, the only way I've ever been able to stream to YouTube is through Twitch. I mean, not through Twitch, but through XSplits. XSplits can also be free, but you get limited features are free. But if you're not about hardcore features, like, again, if you're just starting out and you don't have XSplits and you're not into paying monthly, XSplits has some good free stuff for you. I would definitely try that out. I don't know if it's a trial or if it's a full thing, but that's a good thing to look into. But again, I prefer OBS for streaming. OBS generally works well with most, not all, of your stuff. Hold on, sorry about that. I had to go close my door. So yeah, XSplits is a good program for something short. OBS is better because, again, it's 100% free. There's a ton of tutorials on it, and it works. I've used it. I use it every time I stream, and as long as you get your settings right, it works pretty well. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the tips I have for you guys. This is pretty much a long video. I don't know if I'll just separate this out into two, but probably won't. So now all I really have to do is get some footage for this. Probably put this over some type of gameplay. I don't know what kind of gameplay yet. I haven't decided, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this helped you guys. I was really just thinking about doing this video as of recently, like, because I was recently trying to start up a podcast, and I'm trying to find some people to join it. I already have 2 people. I think 2 people. The second person's not confirmed yet. The first one is, and the second one just has to get his get some stuff together. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Ice King out.
You